Hey, Amber here. We are going to dive into Lesson 16 Sounds Fun. This one is awesome because you get to turn your microbit into a speaker or a siren or absolutely anything you want. So make sure that you have your alligator clips and your speaker and your microbit and get ready to go. All right, so you got to know some music terms here like tempo, beats per minute. If you're not familiar with these, make sure you click on the music icon and look for more information in your toolbox. All right, let's create a new program called Soundcheck. And we know that we are going to have to import from microbit, and of course, since we're doing music, import music. Let's start playing with tempo. So if you're not really familiar with tempo, that's just the speed of the music. So typically we use beats per minute. So let's start with our favorite song. And set the beats per minute to 120. All right. You might remember this song from way back in the first unit. All right, so right now we've got it at 120. So let's see what it sounds like. Okay, not bad. Not really sure what it's supposed to sound like. That's pretty fast. So let's change that. Instead of 120, which if you think about that, in seconds, if we did 60, of course, 60 seconds in a minute. So let's see what that sounds like. Not really a dance tune. Let's try something faster than 120. Let's try 180. Yeah, so if you didn't think that song was annoying before, you probably think it is now at 180. So when you're using some of these built-in songs, just remember if it doesn't sound quite right, you can go back and change the tempo and see if that improves it. Now, the next thing, this is where it starts to get really fun, is where you get to do your own. To make your own song, you have to know a little bit about music theory, but even if you don't, you can probably follow along and still write something that's familiar to you. So if you really want to learn more about this, look up more about the scientific pitch notation. But basically what you need to know is C4 is middle C. If you've seen a keyboard, you know the middle is middle C. So anything higher than that, C5 would be one octave up, and then C3, of course, would be one octave down. So that's just the basics, what you need to know. We've already got our tempo set. I'm going to change it back to 120 though. And this time, instead of playing one of the songs from the library, we're going to make our own. To make this easy, we're going to use, sorry, I have caps lock on. We're going to use tune as just our basic variable. And then you can change this as you go. Or even use it for something else. So instead of playing this library song, we're going to put tune in here. Now we have to decide what we want our tune to be. So if we use the example here, we have the C above middle C. That's C5 for 4 ticks. Get my cursor back. Then I want to play the E above C, above the middle C. So it's the same octave. If it's the same octave, you don't have to write it again. And I just realized I lost one of my single quote marks. So I'll have to go back and put that in. And then a G in the same octave for 2 ticks. And the C in the 6th for 4 ticks. Okay, now I know I'm missing a single quote up there, but I'm going to run it so you can see what the error looks like if that happens to you. Okay, so see, we get a syntax error because we've got a single quote here, but I forgot one there. So I'm going to fix it. And now let's try to run it. Okay, sounds good. So that's just a series of notes, but it's not a song. So this says it's a famous tune. Let's put it in and see if we can figure out what the tune is. I'm just going to go ahead and delete all that. Run it. Okay, that sounds better. But still, the beats per minute maybe is a little fast. Let's try 100. And that sounds perfect. So have we escaped? Yes, we have. So now you have the freedom to create any melody. You can take sheet music that you already have or just go on and find some for a pop song or a Christmas song or anything and write your own music using the microbit.